it's broken. Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free, and I've got yet another project on my plate. Our dishwasher recently quit working. We have a pretty new stove behind me there, and our refrigerator, both of them are less than a year old, but this one's been here a while. And it stopped cleaning dishes on the top. Did okay on the bottom, but it stopped on the top. And then I discovered that this is no longer turning and the water is no longer coming out of the top. So I think it's fairly old. I could try to get somebody here and try to fix it, but since it's as old as it is, we just went and bought another one, so I'm going to be installing a new dishwasher. I'm not really looking forward to the work, but I sure am looking forward to having a nice, brand new, efficient, quiet dishwasher. Now, dishwashers are held in place by these two metal tabs. These are attached to the dishwasher here, and then they come up and you screw them into the countertop. But I can tell now that I look closer, that this has actually been here for quite a while, because the tabs were screwed in to this support for the countertop before the countertop was screwed on. And the countertop's been here for a while. So the problem is the screw that holds this in is up underneath of the countertop. So the only way I can get to that, to take the dishwasher out, is to take the countertop off. And I really don't want to get into all of that. So what I'm going to do is take my Sawzall, my trusty Sawzall. You can do anything with this, with a metal cutting blade, and I'm just going to cut the metal tab off right there, and right there as close to the countertop as I can get it. It's not an easy thing to do. Alright, that one's done. Now I got to do the other one. I'm not going to bother filming that. You get the idea. Alright, so now that I have both of these cut, it's loose, and this should hopefully slide right out of here. Alright, there are feet on the bottom of this that you can screw out to make longer, to make this level. And one of those feet is catching on the edge of the vinyl tile and I can't get it out. So I'm going to have to somehow get in there with, there's not much room, and screw that foot back up inside before I can pull this thing out of there. Now I can't pull this out any further because the hoses that connect the plumbing underneath are stretched tight, so I need to disconnect those first. They come underneath of the sink here, and you can see this is the supply line and this is the drain. Supply line goes right up to underneath the sink here, so I have to disconnect that, turn this off so I don't get a leak, and then the drain, this comes over and hooks into the sink drain right there, so I have to disconnect those. And then that was the power cord which plugs into that receptacle right there, and it already pulled itself out as I was pulling the dishwasher out. This valve is old, and I'm having trouble getting it to shut completely off. When I test the water in the sink, it's still dripping. Okay, there we go. Now it's off. There we go. Now this is just a screw with a hose clamp. That'll be easy to get off. Alright, now I should be able to pull the dishwasher out. Alright, so here's the connections. Here's an old wrench I found underneath here. Now it comes out easily. So now I just have a big old empty hole here to put the new one in. Okay, so I have it all unpacked and I have it laying on its back so I can see the bottom side. First thing I need to do is hook up the water supply. I had to buy this hose, which was the water supply hose for a dishwasher. It comes with this elbow. Well, I'm going to put this on first. There's no Teflon or sealer required because all of these have gaskets inside. Alright, I hook this on. Now you got to tighten this up, but you don't want to go too far because this is nylon plastic and you don't want to strip it out.
Hello.
Alright, I see that. So now I need to hook up the electrical, which goes right in here. Now usually the way I've always done it in the past is I'll just have it hardwired right into there. But the way the last one was installed, it had this plug with a receptacle, a ground fault receptacle underneath of the sink. So that means there's no wire inside of the hole where the dishwasher goes to run right directly into here. So I took this off. This was the one on the other dishwasher. So I'm going to just reuse this so I can plug it back into that receptacle over there. All right, black to black, white to white, green to green. Okay, connection is all made inside of the electrical box. Okay, so I got the electric hooked up, I got the water supply hooked up. The water drain is already hooked up, that came with the machine. There's a little hole right there and I need to get all three of those through that hole. Alright, got them through the hole. Now this is just part of the sound insulation, so that stays in place. Alright, so I got it in there, and I got all three of these things coming through the hole underneath of the sink. Now I got to put these brackets on here, and that's what we screw up into here to hold it in place. These are detachable because if this was a granite countertop, I wouldn't be able to screw up into it, in which case I would put them over on the side. But this is wood, so I can do this just fine. Alright, so I have both of these screwed in, so now I'll push it back in again. Alright, I got a big space up here, too much, so I'm going to have to pull the whole thing back out again and then adjust the legs on the bottom. They're adjustable, so I can raise the whole thing up about a ½ inch so I don't have this big gap up here. Alright, so I adjusted the legs and I had to actually finagle it quite a bit to try to get everything level and get it fitting square in the hole. It was a little frustrating, but I got it all done. So now I'm ready to screw it in up here. These tabs are too long and have little spots here where you can break them off. So I need to break them off so they don't stick out. So now I've got these tabs cut off at the right length and bent up, so I could just screw them in, and that's what holds the dishwasher in place. Alright, now they have these moldings that go on here. So the only thing I have left is the connections under the sink. So this is the water supply. Then I hook up the water drain onto this T right here. Tighten it down with a hose clamp. Then the only other thing is to just plug it in. I think I'm done. Okay, I think I got it all done. I think I got all the packing out. I'm actually going to run it through a cycle before I do any dishes, just to make sure it's all working correctly and get it all cleaned out since it's new. All right, let's see how this works. I forgot to turn the water back on, so I just turned it on. Now I can hear it filling. Okay, so I ran it through that initial wash cycle just to clean it out and check it all out. It all worked fine. There weren't any leaks underneath or anything like that. So this is actually now several days later, and we've done several loads of dishes in it, and we like it fine. One thing that I really like about this is the new dishwasher, and something that I've never seen before, is inside here they have what they call bottle jets. And that's cool because if you have something like this that's tall, sometimes if you just put it there, it doesn't clean all the way up. But you put that on the bottle jet, and then you can turn the bottle jets on, and it sprays water all the way up inside here, cleans out these tall, skinny, especially if you have something like this that's got a small opening, it's really hard to clean out. That bottle jet will take care of it. So I think that's really cool. So I'm sure some of you will be curious about what kind of dishwasher this is. As you can see here, it's a GE. I don't know what model number it is, but we got it at Lowe's, and they had many different GE washers that had very similar you know, to this one that were all different model numbers. So there you go, it's a GE. Okay, so that's it, our new dishwasher installed. Thanks for watching, everybody. Live simple, live free. You be blessed. See you next time.